So we're going to be we're going to be looking at Psalm 90. It's one of the psalms that Moses probably wrote after God told him to let Israel know that they were going to be exiled for 40 years because they didn't believe the guys who went out, the scouts who went out to the promised land. The sad part about that is that God has always been there. He had always been there with them from the time that they were in Egypt and from the time they were led out of Egypt. God had already showed himself to them multiple times, had provided for their needs many, many times, but yet they still held doubts. And it's sad because if you think about it, there's no reason for us to have any doubts. If God says he's going to provide, he'll provide, right? We need to learn to trust him. So they sent, when they got close to the promised land, Moses sent the 12 spies out. Two of them, Caleb and Joshua, came back with great reports, and everybody else who came back with this report of fear. And there's no reason for us to fear, guys. There's no reason for us to fear. And because of the fear that these guys had put into the hearts of the people of Israel, God had said that they were going to be cast out. He said for every day that they were out scouting, they were going to be cast away for 1 year. So for 40 days they were scouting. So that meant for 40 years. And what that meant, again, as a reminder, is that the generations of those who are alive when these guys came back and put fear into the hearts of Israel, they were going to die so that only their children would go into the land of Israel, and Caleb and Joshua. Moses missed out on it apparently because, well, I shouldn't say apparently. Moses missed out on it because he got angry when he wasn't supposed to get angry. When God told him to speak to the rock, he struck the rock. And because of that, it kept him out of the promised land. Guys, I just want to encourage you to remember that it's important. It's important to not fear and to remember that God loves us and he'll guide us. And what we need to be in line of what he asks us to do. So this Psalm 90, is the one that Moses wrote after God said that they were going to be exiled for 40 years. Lord, you've been our dwelling place in all generations. Before the mountains were brought forth, or ever you had formed the earth and the world, even from everlasting to everlasting, you are God. You turn man into destruction and say, return, children of men. For 1,000 years in your sight are like yesterday when it has passed, and like a watch in the night. You carry them away like a flood. They are like a sleep. In the morning they are like grass which grows up. In the morning it flourishes and grows up. In the evening it is cut down and withers. For we have been consumed by your anger, and by your wrath we are terrified. You have set our iniquities before you, our secret sins in the light of your countenance. For all our days have passed away in your wrath. We finish our years like a sigh. The days of our lives are 70 years, and as by the reason of strength there are 80 years. Yet their boast is only labor and sorrow, for it is soon cut off, and we fly away. Who knows the power of your anger? For as the fear of you, so is your wrath. So teach us to number our ways, that we may gain a heart of wisdom. Return, O Lord, how long? And have compassion on your servants. O satisfy us early with your mercy, that we may rejoice and be glad all our days. Make us glad according to the days in which you have afflicted us, the years in which we have seen evil. Let your work appear to your servants, and your glory to their children. And let the beauty of the Lord our God be upon us, and establish the work of our hands for us. Yes, to establish the work of our hands. And it's great to know that God will establish our work if we're with him. Guys, I just want to leave you with this for tonight. It's important to remember that, again, that we don't need to be fearful. We just need to watch for him and seek him. God bless you guys.